Haven't you ever wanted to play a game where you get to play as a bird and a fish simultaneously, and at the end of the level, they unite in holy matrimony? I have. Yeah, that's like everyone's dream. Finally, one of the biggest fantasies of all gamers has come true. Entwined is a game that's exclusive to the PlayStation 4. When they announced this game, they announced it at E3 2014, which was actually just a couple weeks ago. And when they announced it, they were like, Entwined is available to download right now. And I was like, dude, sweet. That's what we need more of. We need more games to be announced at E3, and then the developer comes out and says, yeah, you can get this right now. Of course, realistically, that's probably not going to happen because they want you to watch the rest of E3. Still, though, I just want to play the game right now, please. Please? So the way it works in this game is that you control the fish with the left stick and you control the bird with the right stick. Just to make it easier to see what's going on, the fish is the orange thing and the bird is the blue thing. So you fly through these levels, and what you do is you fly through certain gates, and you have to make sure that the fish, which is the orange one, always goes through the orange gates. And likewise, the bird, the blue one, always has to fly through the blue gates. And then there are parts where there's a green gate where you have to fly through it as both things at the same time. Now, this might sound too simple and too boring, but what's cool is that in the later levels, there are all of these gate patterns that are just super complex. In the first couple levels, it's so easy and you'll almost never miss a gate. But then in the later levels, the gate patterns are really hard. And what's cool about this game is that it doesn't have a traditional fail system like you miss a few gates and you just start over. Instead, the way it works is that the fish and the bird each have a meter, and every time you successfully fly through the right colored gate, the icon on the meter gets closer to the center of the screen. And then once each icon is close enough to the center of the screen, you hold down the L and R1 buttons. And then you just have to fly through a few more gates without missing. And then there's a little post-level segment where you fly around as the big green bird that you created. And you just collect a couple doodads here and there. And then after that, you're pretty much done with a level. So there are 9 levels in the game, and the levels themselves aren't really that long. But the last few levels are hard. Now, you might think that in a game where you can't actually fail, it's not hard. But I'm telling you, the last 2 levels, the 8th and 9th level, are really hard. The patterns that you have to do with each character are really taxing on both your brain and your thumbs. Now, most of the patterns in this game are things like 3 oranges in a row and then 3 blues in a row. But the way the gate patterns work in the last few levels of this game are like orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, and they're like going in all sorts of directions, and you're just like, argh! I think they could have toned down the difficulty a little bit, but it's probably just because I suck. Now, this game does have challenge levels where you can actually fail if you miss enough gates. And what I really don't like about the challenge levels is that 4 of them are locked. Getting enough points in the first level will unlock the second level, and then getting enough points in the second level will unlock the third, and so on. And at least right now, I haven't even gotten enough points in the first level to unlock the second level because I suck. I just wish that you could play all the challenge levels from the outset rather than having to unlock them. The easiest way to describe the controls in this game are to compare it to a game that came out last year that's actually in a completely different genre. The game was called Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, and in that game, you were required to move 2 characters at the same time, one with the left stick and one with the right stick. And in both games, part of the challenge is navigating tricky sections with both thumbsticks at the same time. And in both games, your thumbs are going to get a workout. Seriously, at the end of each game, you're going to feel like you need new thumbs. And that's part of the challenge. It's awesome. Another great thing about this game is that it is 60 frames a second. Now, I'll probably be talking a lot about frame rate in all of my videos because I feel like it's a really important thing in terms of presentation, especially in the year 2014. And thankfully, this game is 60 frames a second, which helps when the action heats up and gets really fast. This game also reminded me of Flower on the PlayStation 3. Both of these games can be very relaxing. The music and the graphics in these games are just so soothing and beautiful. This game almost feels like it was made by that game company, the company that made Flow, Flower, and Journey. It just has that vibe. It has that like artistic vibe where you play as these beautiful creatures and there's not really any story, but it still feels like a wonderful artistic experience. Basically, what I'm saying is that if you enjoyed Flower and you enjoyed Journey, you'll enjoy Entwined. It's also worth noting that Entwined is the first game by this development team, and it's a solid start. I can't wait to see what these guys do next. Maybe Entwined 2, where you play as a cat and a dog? No, that'll never work. Those guys never get along. Maybe Hippo and Elephant? No, those guys are too big. Maybe Dolphin and Grizzly Bear? No, the Grizzly Bear would eat the dolphin. Turtle and Mosquito? No, no, no. Haven't you ever wanted to play a game where you get to play as a fish and a bird simultaneously, and then at the end of each level, they get to unite in holy matrimony? If you said no, you are lying.